Thank you again for watching our coverage of the Buncombe County Sheriff's race. Quentin Miller is the Democrat candidate for sheriff, and for months, the Tribune has been sending FOIA requests to the city of Asheville regarding Quentin Miller's background as a police officer and interviewing law enforcement officers that know him. We have reviewed Miller's court documents and campaign finance reports, and we are now ready to report to you our findings. Quentin Miller is a retired Asheville police officer and a foster care home owner. The North Carolina Board of Elections says that as of today, Quentin Miller has raised over $41,000 for his campaign. According to his website, Quentin Miller wants to base the Buncombe County Sheriff's Department on President Obama's 21st century of policing, which includes a de-escalation of the police force and gun control. So what is a de-escalation of the police force? Well, according to the Chicago Police Department, a de-escalation of police force is a law enforcement training experience designed to equip police officers with knowledge and skills that enable them to initiate specific actions to de-escalate a crisis situation. But one Asheville police officer I spoke with said it's a social experiment in sensitivity training, and he said, in other words, and I quote, "It's going to get police officers killed." A de-escalation of the police force is mandated in the city of Chicago, and the total number of people shot just this year is over 1,400, with over 246 people killed. Well, besides the city of Chicago, what other city in North Carolina has tried the de-escalation of a police force? One would have to look no further than Asheville, North Carolina, where killings, rapes, and thefts have increased over 61% in the last year. Former United States Attorney General Eric Holder helped write Obama's de-escalation police program, of which Quentin Miller wants to have here in Buncombe County. And we tried to reach Mr. Miller for comment numerous times, but he never returned our calls. But we caught up with him at a Democrat rally in Leicester. We asked him what his thoughts were about current Sheriff Van Duncan leaving the Democrat Party because of comments made by the former Attorney General Eric Holder. This is what Quentin Miller said. His exact words were that he does not identify with the Democrat Party anymore, and that he felt like that they've gone socialist with him, and he doesn't like what Eric Holder had to say about police officers. In certain rhetoric that he had said.
Eric Holder?
Eric Holder?
I'm not familiar with Eric Holder.
Eric Holder?
Who is Eric Holder?
He was the Attorney General for the United States under Obama's administration.
Okay.
The North Carolina Police Benevolent Association recently endorsed Quentin Miller for sheriff, but threatened legal action against the city of Asheville for certain policies in their de-escalation of the police program. Other endorsements include former Asheville Mayor Lenny Sitnick, former North Carolina Democrat Chairman Patsy Keever, and Buncombe County Register of Deeds Drew Resinger, of which Mr. Resinger declined to answer questions about Quentin Miller. During the first debate, Republican candidate for Sheriff Shad Higgins claimed Quentin Miller owed several businesses in Asheville money, and asked if Quentin can't handle his own checkbook, how can he handle the budget of the Sheriff's Department? Quentin Miller's response was, "There is more than one Quentin Miller in Asheville." The Tribune checked court documents that matched Mr. Miller's name and known addresses. The Tribune found Quentin Miller allegedly owes Star Furniture over $1,900, and his furniture and kitchen items were repossessed for non-payment. Another court document showed Mr. Miller owes the Spa Health Club almost $400. The Tribune has given Quentin Miller every opportunity to answer questions about his past and where he wants to see the Buncombe County Sheriff's Department. But he and his campaign staff refuse to return calls, emails, and when we did get to see Mr. Miller briefly, he either had no comment or had to join a meeting. We at the Tribune understand that this report may seem one-sided, but if Quentin Miller and his campaign will not return our phone calls, we will still inform the public of the information we have, but we always extend every opportunity for Mr. Quentin Miller or his staff to speak with us. For the Leicester Leader and the Tribune papers, I'm Chad Nesbitt reporting.